This is all about one thing, yeah? Hip-hop. That's what it's all about. And you're advised. It's explicit. Yeah? Content dangerous. You've been told. All right, so we got Papoluv, president. Let's go to him, the brother. Papo. Brother. I can't hear you, man.
Your microphone. Let me call him up. I'm gonna call him up and tell him he didn't turn on his mic.
Yeah, his microphone, man.
I'm gonna tell him right now. He don't hear us.
And you, oh, rain. No sound. Yeah, I know.
Is he on now?
Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Jacob, brother. Yeah, we've got some problems with Papoluv, the president. Battled everyone and won. Incredible person, like been going for like a long time. Incredible history. This is going to be an incredible interview, but we've got to get the sound. Yeah, I can see the comments, Ray. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Let me see. We'll go to him, see if we can hear him.
Papa, you have to turn on your mic. Yeah, we see you. We see you loud and clear, but we don't hear you loud and clear. We see you loud and clear, but we don't hear you. So your microphone is not on. Your microphone is off. Can you hear him, Game?
I can hear him, but no picture. Black screen.
Oh, he says your picture's not on. Your picture's black. Yeah, we can hear you now. You're on, but you got to fix your picture. Your profile. Okay.
Thanks, Ray.
So right, camera and stuff is on.
There we go.
You know, they said it can't.
The one and only President Papoluv.
How you see? Oh yeah, click that. I don't know. Click that.
You want to do a quick shout out before we do the interview?
That's it. See that? It says Mike.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I'm unmuted. I guess go to the camera. Mic.
We can hear you.
Mic, iPhone microphone. This one got echo cancellation. If you are having issues, try restarting your device. My phone? Yeah.
Papa, we can hear you.
Hey, just ring him and say we can hear him and let him just talk and do an interview.
I don't know what the fuck, man.
Yeah?
I don't think he can hear us. Can you hear us, Papo?
Mag one, just ring him and tell him that like to talk and say an interview, talk about what his history. We can hear
but can you hear him? Because he can't hear us.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let him say what he wants to say, and then that's it.
How are we going to know the questions? How are we going to tell him the questions?
Just let him say what he wants to say.
All right. Let me get him.
He's got problems. So we're gonna what? Because you're gonna take half an hour to fix his problem.
No. We're just gonna tell him to talk.
Man. Just tell him to talk.
All right, I got this. Let me get it on, and let me tell him how we're gonna do this interview. It's not gonna be questions asked, bro.
That's it, Brian.
All right, hold on.
Remember last time he had? There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, we got it.
Okay. All right, there we go.
You sound a little low now, but
Papoluv, president
of the BVD crew.
Can you hear me?
Battle King.
It sounds low.
Tell us a bit about yourself. What year did you first start doing?
It's kind of low. I'm gonna see if I can raise up the volume. Yeah, my volume's all the way up. Can you hear me?
First start? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
brother.
we got you.
When did you first start? What year?
Or the regular phone. How you put on speaker? I don't know. Try messing with this again. I don't know. It's coming out low. I'll see if I can hear it. Now, what you were saying?
The year when you first started, my brother.
Papo, talk about how you first got into the rock scene and how you started.
Basically, I was exposed. Starting is when you're looking and you know something. I was exposed because that's what was around me when I was a kid. I was 7 years old. I'm from Manhattan, New York, born in Bellevue Hospital. I'm raised in the Bronx, up in Prospect and East Tremont. And basically, we used to go to my grandma used to take me to the park. People was dancing. And at that time, breaking wasn't called break back then. It was called the freak. And you had a lot of boppers back then. They're the one that used to be in clubs and bringing stuff from the clubs into the scene. So that's how I started learning floor work, by going to the park up at Catrona up on East Tremont.
Okay.
And in '76, I moved to Brooklyn at that time. So
yes.
I always did some floor work with my cousins. My cousin Nace, that was with Rockwell Association. Rockwell Association became in '78. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you just got to put the camera a little lower because you're showing us your forehead. Now check this out. When you were growing up as a little short,
I can't hardly hear you guys.
Okay, because it's your microphone, it's your phone. I hear you. I hear you fine.
Yeah, I just can't hear you guys. I heard you perfectly earlier, but now I can't hear anything.
Because you have to stand still. You can't walk around. It won't catch it. The frequency won't come in.
It's just
all right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Low.
All right. I just have to speak to the mic.
When
growing up, you know.
Headphones in. You got headphones?
You got headphones?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Okay. So when you were growing us up, tell us how your day was as a little kid growing up, what you did, what you saw,
I was
just
a little guy coming up. I used to go to the park with my grandma every weekend with my cousins. And everybody used to, back then, everybody was happy being kids, running around, people drinking beer, smoking their little weed, you know. And me, just hanging out with my cousin, running around and listening to the music, watching the guys do their thing. And then when we go back home, we practice what we saw outside, you know. And we started doing some footwork and stuff like that, you know, just fucking around because we liked what we saw and we was mimicking it. So every time we go out there every weekend, we practice without even knowing we was practice. We were just getting involved.
practice now is something that, you know, we were getting involved because it was something to do at that time, because I was exposed to it. It was new to me, and it looked at fun, and a lot of kids was doing it, so I was doing it, you know, and I liked it, and I kept on doing it. Then I moved
and
to
what was it that you were doing? What was it that you were doing? What was it that you saw?
Oh, we were doing
Who did you
6
see doing it?
steps, bridge back, baby chairs, bridge, you know, and that's what I was, you know, that's what I learned. And plus, I learned Coco Livio and Johnny on the Pony and all that good shit. You know, girls were double dutching back then, playing Skelly, you know, kid shit. And then you had your teenagers, you know, a lot of them were boppers. They used to wear round leather hats, you know, like the bumblebee hats, you know.
Yeah.
And usually they used to dress up in leather jackets and stuff like that. But they weren't really gang affiliated. They were more like club goers and dope sellers or pimps, whatever the category they fell in. And some of them, they just like dancing and just express themselves on a house party or on a street jam or in a park when people listening to music. So a lot of people at that time danced a lot, especially in the Hispanic community. So me coming from a Hispanic community, I was dancing myself, you know, from salsa and stuff like that. And next thing I know, we were doing 6 steps and bridge backs and stuff, because it was called the freak back then.
Okay, where did you grow up in Manhattan? You grew up in Spanish Harlem, or you grew up on the West Side?
I don't know. I was really young. I was born in Bellevue Hospital, and from Bellevue we moved to the Bronx. Or my mother had me in the Bronx. I mean, in Manhattan, and brought me home in the Bronx where she lived at. I really don't know. My mom was a heroin addict. My father was a heroin addict.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that.
They were with the Young Lords at that time.
Oh, they were members of the Young Lords?
Yes, sir, they was.
Wow.
Wow. The one that used to take care of me was my grandma, because my mom was too busy running around, fucking around, and trying to save up everybody else except for her own fucking son. I don't talk to her to that fucking bitch in this very day. Half the time I was locked up in the closet.
Your parents
were, if it was day or night.
Basically, your parents were gangbangers.
I started gangbanging when I moved to Brooklyn, and I was 12 years old when I ran away from home. And so T. Sewell took me under his wing, and I started living in the Dirty Riders Club in Coney Island. And Peaches, Mermaid, they all used to take care of me, you know, when I was a kid. And I was always up and about in the beach and hanging out with my fellas. I'll go to Sunset Park, hang out with my boy Papoluv that I met in Park Circle up on the roller skating ring in Coney Island Avenue. So me and Papoluv started hanging out. And then I got introduced to Young Assassinators, and I got down with them because they were pretty cool people. Stingray and all them guys. And Demon and Palo Viejo and Kid and Johnny, you know, Bandit, you know. King Clash is the baby of the Assassinators. He's the youngest one out of all of us. You know?
Yeah.
And that was another, they used to protect me a lot, trying to keep me out of trouble, because I was really young. So they showed me a lot of love, but out of loyalty, I did dirt for them and stuff like that. Kept my mouth shut. Half the felonies I have is because I kept my mouth shut. And that's why I got respect to this very day. They love me to this very day. So that what I learned out in the Bronx, you know, between me and my cousin, we used to work. I moved to Brooklyn. My cousin moved to Manhattan on 181st up on Broadway at the Bridge Apartments. You know, going towards Dykeman. So I used to go to visit my cousin every weekend, like religion. That was my favorite cousin. I loved him to death. His name is Nace. He was also with Rockwell Association at that time. He was showing me his colors, and I started rolling with him. And then he got on crack. So we started hanging out. We stopped hanging out because he got on that dumb shit. So I
So
started
you
doing my
talking
thing.
early 80s. Right there, you talking early 80s when the
Believe it or
jumbos.
not,
The
crack started
jumbos were in
coming
the
out in
street.
78, 78, 79.
Oh, okay.
It just blew up in the 80s.
Okay, I got you. So you talking about when they were freebasing. They were freebasing.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was, freebasing.
Yeah, that was
You
called
know,
freebasing.
or they call it dirty or willy or whatever the fuck. It's still crack.
Yeah,
You know, but
yeah.
it's just that they find it to crack. They baking soda and they make cookies out of it and they crack it and they smoke that crack. You know, I was there when yeah.
Now, in
But
growing up,
I never got into that shit. You know, my thing was
mm-hmm.
glue and weed and beers. You know, I used to sniff a lot of glue back then. I used to sniff Prince and I used to run with a number 2 bag and shit with glue all in that bitch. I had like 2 or 3 tubes off in that bitch of sniffing glue on the beach. You know, and then my boys used to rock, and I kind of liked it because it looked like a fight. You know, there's a lot of Brooklyn cats don't like touching the floor. You know, they don't like to get their pants and shoes dirty. You know, they were not floor workers. They used to like rock.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned my rock. I learned my rock from P3, Post 33. He's one of the biggest graffiti writers in New York. And then I learned from Chaco, from the Assassinators, from Borough Park, and Sunset. He was really a Borough Park boy. His brother's name is Buck. You know, he was with Borough Park boys too. And you had Willie 5, you know, another motherfucker. You know. But then I got arrested for some dumb shit, you know, stealing cars. I was in Spofford. I was always in and out of Spofford all the time. So I used to get those 4 to 6 months vacations off the streets.
Yeah.
But when I came back out, you know, I started doing the rocking. And what I learned from my boys out there, rubber banding them, you know, up in the Bronx, I started doing floor work mixed with my rock. So basically I bought rocking in Coney Island with floor work because I was the only one, and Borough Park, Bay Ridge, Park Slope, Flatbush, East New York, all over Brooklyn. I did floor work with my rock. I was the only b-boy. I was not even considered a b-boy. I was a rocker. So I was the only rocker that did floor work. We didn't even call it b-boy in Brooklyn. We call it floor work. Or I call it floor work. Nobody did it out there but me. And very few people that hit Manhattan or the Bronx, because the Bronx and Manhattan is pretty much similar. They both like doing floor work. Very little top rocking, and the only one that be rocking is the outlaws, like Savage Nomad, Savage Skulls, Hispanic gangs. You know, basically that's where the rock came from. Turban Saints, Assassinators, Dirty Rods, Dirty Ones, Filthy Mad Dogs. Before they were Filthy Mad Dogs, they were Flowmaster Dancers, and the leader of that was Spice, and he's also an outlaw rocker. You know, that turned crew. I just loved it. I didn't even know it was a culture at that time. I just fell in love with the unity and the activities that we had upon ourselves. Just us against the world. Because basically all we had was each other. We had nothing else. That and cold weather. You know?
Yeah.
So we got together, you know, to have fun and break bread with one another. Happiness is another form of breaking bread. When you're hanging out with your brother, you're breaking bread. It doesn't have to be food.
Yeah.
Even Jesus Christ said, man must not live on bread alone. So what you got? Love, understanding, and compassion. Yeah. And that's what I learned from the streets. I learned from a lot of different crews that was coming out, rocking crews. They were not no b-boy crews at all. They were all straight up rocking crews. Like OTB, Out to Burn. And the leader of that, his name was Take. It was Take and Manny and some other guys. At that time, I was with 5 in the crew. And the leader of that was Willie 5. You know? I got burnt, lost my colors. They got pissed. They tried to kill me. You know, but that didn't stop me from rocking. I continue rocking. Sometimes I lose my shoes, go home barefooted, you know, because I lost the competition, or I ain't had enough flavor to beat them. So, hey, it is what it is, or I lose my colors. Ain't no shame. It just made me better. It just made me go back to the grind. I ain't even know I was doing something. I just did it because of respect. I just did it because I didn't want to go out like that. So finesse and flavor was the most important fucking thing in New York. If you got no flavor, no finesse, no juice, you're a pinhead. You're a motherfucking piss pot. And they'll treat you like that. You know? And plus rocking used to bring the girls anyway. So basically I was like, I did it for myself plus the girls, you know. And then in 1979, I started my first crew called Choice Boys. And it was a graffiti crew. And then we started, but we were more like gangbangers. So we changed it into BVD's Brooklyn Vandal Destroyers. This documentary of us with King Class. There's a documentary of us on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a documentary on the BVD's Brooklyn Vandal Destroyers up in Coney Island. But I liked it, the crew, dancing, rocking. So I made my first rock crew in 1980, August 14th. And I changed the name to Brooklyn Vicious Dancers. And then we up in the Himalayas, we used to rock against a lot of crews. I lost count of how many crews we rocked. And I was always on the forefront of rocking. And then I caught a bid, caught 9 years fucking around. So I've been out of the scene from the late 80s and all 90s. I was out of the scene. And then my man DXT, another brother of mine, brought me back into the scene again. And I got hooked up with Pop Master Fable, an old friend of mine that I met up in the 80s when we battled against Rock Study Crew for the first time. We beat them on floor and rocking, but they had a different type of element that was fresh. It was called popping, or the electric boogie at that time. They started doing this shit, you know? And I got like, what the fuck is that? So we watched the whole show that they did, all on popping. But we held our own on our rocking and our floor work. We held our own. Matter of fact, I used to run I helped establish Break Till Dawn. The first B-boy crew that came out of Coney Island was Jesus and Bandit. And I had a lot to do with that. I taught them the bridge backs. I taught them the freezes. I taught them all that shit. 6-step. I taught them.
They were doing they were doing windmills and that too, stuff like that. They were doing windmills.
Windmills. I did windmills, but the one that started the windmills were Wiggles and Crazy Legs. You know.
Oh, that's what you
when I
guys
saw them doing it, I started.
Okay.
And but I always had backspans. The windmills came out in the 80s. You know. But
yeah, because they had a crew out there in Coney Island called Furious Rockers.
You guys
I
hear
believe,
me?
right? Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what game is doing. Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Maria.
You shouldn't have touched the phone. You should have left the phone the way that it was.
No, I got an interruption call that went over the screen and took me out of the line. I didn't take myself off the phone. Interruption came, and then the phone went black.
Ah, man, that's fucking shit.
Yeah, can you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you. We can hear
Hello?
you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Papa. Go ahead. It's Papo's microphone. Papo, it's your microphone. Your microphone. Your mic. Yours. Let me call him up.
Wow.
Don't worry about it, man. These things happen, bro.
Hello?
Yeah, bro.
Can you hear us? All right. Go ahead. Keep talking. My question to you was, have you ever heard of Furious Rockers? Papo. He went blank. Yeah. All right, don't pick
Rockers.
up. Don't pick up. Go back. Yeah, Furious Rockers, I believe, are from Coney Island.
Yeah.
Is he on?
He's just black screen, brother.
There you go.
There he is.
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, Papo, my question was, have you ever heard of Furious Rockers in Coney Island? Furious Rockers, because they were there in the early 80s.
Like this is charging. I don't know why.
Furious Rockers. Can you hear us?
Yeah. See, they're trying to get in touch with me, but
Papo, can you hear us? Papo, his microphone's off.
they're like waiting on me or something.
They said everyone can hear and see you. You're still on.
We can hear you.
Who's waiting on you?
Hey, just tell him that we can hear him and let him keep talking.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him. Okay.
Just tell him. It's giving out history.
Right.
We don't have to ask him any questions. He's giving out history.
Got you. He ain't waiting on me. I was cut off. I just told you I was cut off. Papo, just go ahead and keep talking. We're recording you. Don't worry about me asking you any questions. Just keep talking. We hear you. Okay. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Just keep talking. Where you're being filmed. All right. Coming on. But he's got to get on the live screen. Oh, man.
There he is.
All right. Good. Let him come back.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Yes. Let him know, Gabe. He doesn't see us.
Yeah, go for it. It's
can you hear me now?
Yes.
He can't see me, so he can't see me telling him yes. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Just talk.
Like so basically, I started getting involved with rocking crews because I liked it that, you know, they looked like they were gangbanging, but it wasn't. It was just how they came out. You know, it was just the way it was. It had an attitude where it had a flavor to it. And we ain't did no B-boy. The only B-boy was me. And I bought that when I was a kid. I was about 7 years old back in '73. So I bought that to Brooklyn when I moved out there in '76. So, and then every weekend, like I said, I used to go with my cousins up in the bridge apartments up in Broadway in 181st. And we used to practice that every weekend. And then we kind of fell out because he started doing crack in '79. So I really didn't mess around with him too much. But I started learning my rocking from P3 or post 33. I learned my rocking a lot from him, and also from Chaco, from the Assassinators, also from the Borough Park Boys, and he got a brother named Buckwheat, Borough Park Boys. And I don't know if you heard me before, but my first crew that I ever got into was 5 in the crew, and the leader of that was Willie 5 up in Borough Park. That's when I really got exposed to the rock, but I really started seeing the rock when I moved out to Coney Island, when I used to see the homicides rock out on the beach. They looked like they were fighting, and it was kind of cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I started mimicking it and getting down with it, and until I find out what it was. They broke it down to me, like Post 33 broke it down to me what it was and what it means, and I understood even more. And then Chaco also enlightened me on that. Then back in '79, I started my first crew called Choice Boys. But basically, we were like a writing crew. And then we got back into gangbanging again. And we started on Brooklyn Vandal Destroyers. There's a documentary of us on with King Class in Coney Island. But that was very short-lived because we got back into the rocking because a lot of us rocked and we liked it. So
Wow.
we changed the name to Brooklyn Vicious Dancers, representing Brooklyn. We were the first crew to represent Brooklyn. No other
Wow.
group of us, we were the first ones. And that was in 1980, August 14th.
Incredible.
That's when I started Brooklyn Vicious Dancers, because I learned all them styles from a lot of different crews and outlaws. And it was vicious. I wanted to be the most vicious rocker. I wanted to be the motherfucking rocker. And then when you go home, your feelings hurt. You know, everything that I did, I have to be the best. I have to be the best. And I wanted to be the best rocker in New York. You know, and I battled against Rocksteady, even Rocksteady crew. That's how I met Fable, Ken Swift, Wiggles, you know, and we battled against them, and we burnt the shit out of them too, you know. But then they come out with popping, or at that time it was called electric boogie, and I never seen that. The only one that ever did that was a kid that I took care of. His name is Nene. Matter of fact, he's very famous. So I raised that child. His name is Nene. He was 9 years old, 10 years old when he was popping and he was hanging out with us. His name is Kenny Zulu now, and he changed his name to Kitab Bear. You know, but that was one of. He's been with us. He's been with me 41 years. Really, almost 45 years. And been with me, Kenny Zulu or Nene, and he's still in the crew. Also, Pro One as well. You know, the Puerto Rico. You know, as a rocking crew, we got a lot of history. We burnt a lot of motherfuckers too for their colors, their sneakers, or just kick their ass. It didn't matter to us. We were Brooklyn Vicious Dancers.
Wow.
It was what it was. And then I got locked up, so I got out the scene. By the time I was out in the 80s, out in the 90s, I was doing my family thing, and then my boy DXT, I saw him in 2000. I was a superintendent up there in Lenox Terrace. I ran six units up there, 6 buildings of 1,600 units with a staff of 60 men. I had a big operation. So and DXT used to live there, so he brought me to Elijah Muhammad at the State Building, and we were discussing about what hip hop really is, not a bunch of girls shaking their ass on G-string. And basically they were talking about the 2 Live Crew and all the other rappers exploiting our females, or the females of color, and of, you know, and we were trying to stop making end of that shit, because it was not really representing our culture or who we are. We're not a bunch of booty shaking motherfuckers, you know. It's just a video. We don't live like that. They don't live like that. So we had something to say about that shit. That's when I saw my boy Pop Master Fable again after all these years. And so I mean, after the meeting with Elijah Muhammad up in the state building with the XT, we went back to my building up in Lenox Terrace, and we were just talking about the old days, how we used to rock. And I started rocking. And he said, "Yo, Papo, you still got it, Papo? You nasty, man. Yo, you gotta come with me. What do you mean? They need you." And I said, "What do you mean? They need me? They don't need me. I need a blunt. But these motherfuckers don't need me." So I said, "Yo, Papo, you gotta come with me." So we hooked up on the weekend. Man, at that time, I brought my wife over there, and she didn't even know I danced, you know. And so I started rocking. And matter of fact, it was in King Up Rock's Jam. When the first day I started rocking was in King Up Rock's Jam, and nobody wanted to step to me because I was too fucking vile. Matter of fact, I saw Burn One and my man Knuckle and Quan, you know. So I started chilling, but I was just doing my thing.
Yes.
Nobody stepped to me because I was looking for somebody to burn that thing. Like real talk, King Up Rock is like, who the fuck is this guy? And we just doing his thing. He didn't introduce himself or nothing. So I just kept on rocking, doing my own thing. You know, I had fun. Music was good. People were lovely. I had a great time. And I went the second time with Fable again. And then after the 9/11, I moved because it was bad. So I've been here, and I got into the internet. And started meeting people on Facebook and stuff like that. I was just posting stuff on YouTube, and people were just hitting me up. They wanted to learn how to rock, you know. And then a guy called me out of the blue named Zulu Scoobs. So I started talking to him. He was a cat from the West Coast, Anaheim, California, and he was the leader of and founder of the Battleholics crew worldwide. You know, and I kind of liked it. I named Battleholics, and that time I ain't had no crew. I had nothing. I was just solo. And matter of fact, Pop Master Fable brought me over to meet Alien Nez when I first came out. And I even told Alien Nez, Jay Skills, K-Mel, who else was there? K-Mel, Alien Nez, Jay Skills, Fever. I think Fever was there. There was some few people in there. Forgot who was there. And I was with Fable. He was introducing me to them. So I told him, "Listen, man, I'm about to do. I don't want you to think I'm having a fucking cardio or anything. But this is what we did in Brooklyn. Rock." So I bust out the rock, and they were like, "Fucking Alien." That fell out his fucking chair. How dope I was. He loved it. Everybody, even K-Mel, wanted to learn that shit. You know, and my B-boy was really good. I did 1990s Thomas Fliss. I did all that shit. But you know what I mean? The thing is rock. So they loved it to rock. And next thing I know, I started teaching on Alien. That's how to rock. And K-Mel, you know, Jay Skills was watching. Feeble was learning a little bit. And then I started doing shows with Pop Master Fable at the Gershwin District. And we were performing at the school bar up in NYU. You know, I was performing. As a matter of fact, I was not just performing. I opened up the show with my rock, and I closed the show with my rock. I was an opener and a closer. It's just something that I just love. And then one of the guy named Lucy Luz from 7 Jams tells me, "Oh, you look kind of nervous up there. I'm nervous like this." So I burnt the shit out of him in front of Pop Master Fable. I like it today. This very day, I'm 55 years old, and I still burn some colors to this very day. Still get busy. I be 56 and April 11th.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, I work out, I train. You know, I have a passion for it. There ain't too many people like us, man. But to this very day, I still burn for colors, and I'm very active.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I might use a little bang here and there.
How
but,
many battles?
days,
How many battles have you had? All up. How many battles?
But so now I have a worldwide crew, BVD, BHC, that made me president of Battleholics Worldwide. I became president of Battleholics in 2008, and I've been building with them. And then in 2008, I reestablished again Brooklyn Vicious Dancers again worldwide. And now we're in Japan, we're in Korea, we're in Philippines, we're in China, we're in Canada, we're in Ohio, we're in New York, we're in motherfucking Peru, we're in Cali, Texas, Utah, Florida, you know, California, you know. Matter of fact, we got an event coming up on March 27th. We're the first rocking crew that have a prize for $1,000.
Do you know what part of Peru it's going to be at?
Huh?
Do you know the city? What part of Peru is it going to be at? Do you know where it's at exactly?
It's going to be in Orlando. I'll send you the flyer.
Huh?
I'll send you the flyer.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's probably Lima and Callao, probably, because that's where they have everything at.
Our crew is very underground. But when we come out with flyers, and people know our reputation already.
Yeah. I'll know. As soon as you show me the flyer, I'll know exactly where it is, bro.
Yeah, I'll send you the flyer. If you're on my page, you'll see it.
Yeah, I got people out there.
Instagram. It's posted on Instagram. And we also have Outlaw Rock Dance Forum. I really do have real outlaws there. I got the Madrina in there for the Savage Skulls in it. I got Dusty for Savage Samurais in it. I got FMDs in there. I got Dirty Ones in there. I got every street gang in New York City, real cliques, in our Outlaw Rock Dance Forum from the original essence, and that's held by the BVDs. And we also
they're dancing on the video?
Movement.
You got them dancing on the video for me?
Yes, you can find us in the BVDs and Instagram.
Okay.
The BVDs and Instagram, and also Outlaw Rock Dance Forum and Instagram. You can see our
What is the link? Say it real loud so everybody can hear it. The link.
Okay. Huh?
What is the link? The link. What do they press on
I really don't know how to mess with this stuff too good. My wife does all this and my kids.
No, I mean, is it BVD.com or BVD Outlaw Forum? What is it?
Yes, we're in the Outlaw Rock Dance Forum on Instagram and also on Facebook.
Okay, Outlaw Dance Forum. Okay, I have that on my page. Okay.
And I'm also under the original Papoluv on Instagram.
Okay.
But if you want to see our movement, the BVDs, you'll see our movement.
Tell everybody what BVD stands for.
Colombia, not long ago. And Mexico, you know, not long ago. Even though, you know, we just do our thing. We just having fun. And that's what it is, having fun. We're not in it for the money. We're just in it for the love of it. You know, that's why.
For the spread of the culture, for the spread of the culture.
Love, they want to be around love. But when they see profit and margin, people no longer want to get involved in profit and margin. People these days want to belong somewhere. And that's what we offer. We offer unity. Matter of fact, none of our jams have police. We have no motherfucking security. We have nothing. Like the old days, the way it's supposed to. No regulator or delegator. It's just us. We regulate and delegate our own shit, like the way it's supposed to be. That's why our movement is growing, because we ask no favors. We just do our own thing. We trendsetters, not trend followers, and that's why hip hop is about. If a neighborhood is live, they're gonna run their own thing. You know, every neighborhood that's live, they're gonna run their own shit, their own way, their own history.
No doubty.
Just
No
like I
doubty.
did, my own way, my own history, shit that I learned. You know, a lot of crews. Yeah, I've been doing this since 1973. Yeah, I was learning and exposed in 1973. You know, and I carried it on, and I was doing it because I was having fun, and we was fucking around, and my cousin's house having fun, and it became to a point that it was about flavor, respect, honor, and unity, and that's what we had. If you ain't had the word, you ain't had shit, and that's how I lived. That's how it was. We ain't had internet. We ain't had no cell phone shit. I ain't even had a beeper. I ain't even had 2 cans on the string. Only a dime to make a phone call, and I usually to call my grandma to come pick me up. But that's all we had was each other. And to reinvent and reenact that in 2000, that is so beautiful. To keep that same essence that we're doing now.
How did you come out with the name BVD, and what does it stand for?
You know, but and we're gonna keep on doing it until I can't do it anymore. You know, I'm gonna keep doing it until I can't do it anymore. You know, I'm still a member of the Assassinators. You know, I still run with them, but I focus more on my rocking. I focus more on my friendship and how many people we could burn around the world or teach. Like I always say to my crew, together we burn the world together. And we're doing it. You know, we're doing it. We just held an event. Dynasty Rockers came out. They took it. His name is Charlie Chill Out. I give him a shout out. Charlie Chill Out. You're awesome.
Yeah, he's cool.
Thank you for participating in our activity. And that's what we want. We don't want to be the moon beam. We want to be the galaxy. You know, I want everybody to shine like stars because we're all stars. We all need to shine. So if I could give them a platform for they could take the activity, they got one now. And that's
I got a question.
Platform so you can express yourself. And I'm Papoluv.
What?
I approve this message.
Papo. I got a question, Papo.
Go ahead.
What does BVD stand for? Tell everybody what BVD stands for and how did you guys come up with that name? Who were the founders and what did it and what has it evolved to?
Stands for Brooklyn Vicious Dancers. The reason why I chose that name because the rock dance is very vicious, it's violent. At that time, we used to have rocking crew or dancing crew. I liked the dancing part because it took me out of the gang busting. I wanted something different. So I used dancer rather than rocker because rocker is almost like gang busting, but not. But I just totally wanted to get away from that and be known as vicious dancers. You know, his own identity. And that's what I put our own identity. Like floor master dancers, grandmaster dancers. Away from the rock scene. And that's another topic that a lot of people don't talk about, rocking or dancers. I chose dancers rather than rocking or rocker. A lot of people don't talk about that, but I'm talking about it. I chose dancer because it sounds more finesse, non-violent, but violent. It has touch. It has a soft touch with a hammer. You know, it was just a different expression. So, and then we changed, and then we added AKA beyond violence and disorder. We're beyond the violence. We're beyond the disorder. We're beyond all that bullshit. You know, we move forward. We don't talk about the past. We just move forward. Because when you talk about the past, you get stuck in the past. You know what happens? You don't move forward. The movement becomes stagnant. So that's
You
what
stay
it
stuck.
stands for. Brooklyn Vicious Dancers stands for Brooklyn Vicious Dancers, aka Beyond Violence and Disorder.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you name us some of the students you have taught along the way? Some of your students, and who were your mentors? Some of the students that you have taught along the way, can you name them from different countries or different cities? And can you tell us who your mentors were? Who are the ones who taught you?
My mentor that taught me?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
My mentor back then was T. Sua from Crazy Homicide. That was my mentor.
Who was he down with?
He was the one that exposed me to rock.
Yeah, and what was he down with? What crew was he down with, or what gang was he down with?
He was down with a crew. He was Crazy Homicides, and then he became the leader of Dirty Riders from Coney Island.
Okay. Now, question
They're
number
all gang
2.
affiliated.
Right. Question number 2. Who did you teach? Did you teach anybody that became successful from rocking? Could you name some of your students worldwide, or local or whatever? Can you tell us who you taught and what crew
Every
they
BVD
belonged
you
to?
see out there, I taught every one of my students. I have a system that I teach, and it's called 10 Steps of Death. Before they become a BVD, they have to go through my boot camp. I just don't take people in like that at all. A lot of people don't know how to get into my crew. The only way to get into my crew, I have a 90-day boot camp, and we teach them BVD ways. Everyone that represents BVD is taught by me personally. So there's too many people. We are 370 strong worldwide.
Wow.
Can you name some of? Can you name like the best?
China, Korea, Saudi Arabia, Italy, Malta, Tunisia, South Africa, Philippines, Taiwan, Taipei City, New York, Baltimore, Florida. I'm the founder of Main Ingredients of Jacksonville, Florida. Also, City Street Breakers, founder, taught them what they know in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, I taught and I have my first crew out there in Puerto Rico. That's where Pole 1 came from. And he got exposed by the BVDs out there. I'm also the founder of Rocking in Anaheim, Orange County, California. Utah, Hawaii, Suriname, Guyana, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, Chile, Mexico. I'm everywhere.
Wow.
Mexico.
Literally. How long has your movement been on the go? How long has your movement?
And also, I'm also in Australia, Melbourne.
Wow.
Yeah. And the one that reps out there, his name is Pole 1 in Australia.
Wow.
Even Pop Master Fable is the BVD.
Okay.
It's just I'm very underground.
I think Pole 1 was down with either the Renegades or he was down with the LA Breakers, right? Am I correct?
Who?
Pole 1 was either in the LA Breakers or
I think he's with,
the Renegades. One of those
Style Element.
Style Elements. Okay. All right. Got it.
You know.
Do the BVDs do anything else besides just rocking? Do they pop? Do they electric boogie? Do they strut? Do they break dance?
I didn't hear you.
I said, do the BVDs do anything else besides outlaw rocking? Do they do any other dance like besides that, or they just strictly outlaw rocking? They strictly do outlaw rocking.
We just strictly outlaw rock.
Okay.
Outlaw rocking and b-boying.
Take it. Go ahead.
B-boy and rocking. in Brooklyn.
Okay. Okay.
Hardcore rock, hardcore b-boy. When we rock, we go straight to the floor naturally. It looks naturally, and when we come out of the floor, we come out rocking naturally. It makes it beautiful. You know, I have a system that makes it natural. Matter of fact, our floor work is our burns. When we do 1990s elbow spin windmills and all that, we just don't continue on a consistent base. We run it we do it as a burn. Our floor work is our burn. You know, we use it as burns, our floor work. That's why when we do, when we compete, they don't know what we're going to come out with because we always come out with something different.
Okay. Okay.
It's a real element that I founded and designed myself. And my rocking, when I teach rocking, my system is called 10 Steps of Death. You learn the 5 senses.
What
We
exactly
also have
does
5
it
jerks.
mean?
We don't
What
have one jerk.
exactly
We
does
have
it mean?
5 different jerks. You know.
Okay, what is
and
10
they all mean something. Every jerk means something. We got jerk. Our system is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The head is 5, shoulder is 4, hip is 3, knee is 2, foot is 1. You know, so we change with chambers. I call them chambers, and every chambers is its own house. And the reason why I designed that is to discover your weakness. So if you're doing too much number 4, that means you're weak on 5, 3, 2, and 1. If you're doing too much 2, you're weak at 1, 3, 4, and 5. So basically, those chambers, if you're seeing yourself doing too much, change up. Change up. We have 5 weapons in every chambers. You know? So if you put all those weapons together in all the chambers, you have 25 weapons. Anywhere you want to get, because at every chamber you have 5. You know what I mean? It could be a gun, it could be a rifle, it could be a bow and arrow, it could be a knife, and it could be a crowbar. You know?
Wow.
So on every chamber, if you want to use a gun, use the gun on all the chambers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you got different positions of coming out with pistols. It could be a pistol from the sock. It could be a pistol from your hip. It could be a pistol coming out from your underarm. It could be a pistol coming back from the back of your neck. You know, it could be, you know, it's designed for that. It's basically street life. Shit that you see in the streets is being mimicked in the dance. That's why our dance is so unique.
Right.
That's why our dance is unique, because it's danced in real life situations. Not that's why we vicious, because we don't have the hee in the freestyle. We don't freestyle.
You're more,
we don't
your
salsa.
style is aggressive. Compared to everybody else's, your style is aggressive.
Yeah.
No,
I
said aggressive.
A little
aggressive.
bit.
You guys rock
aggressively.
aggressively.
See me or not. Hold on.
Yeah, what I'm saying is your style is aggressive. You're not into the clowning. You guys are aggressive rockers. You come for the war. You're warriors. You're warriors. You come with the warrior style.
Now these are burns. There's no freestyling. Straight motherfucking to your dome burns. And that's
I said you come. No, you misunderstood me. I didn't say freestyle. I said you come at everybody like with a warrior style. A warrior is out for war, for the battle. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For your neck.
Exactly. I'll show you.
I know. I've seen the way you guys rock.
Alexa, get on the good foot by James Brown. Alexa, volume 10.
Yeah. Woo! Bang, bang.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
style.
Nice.
Respect.
BVDs.
Nice. So that was nice. That was sweet. That was nice.
And thank you for this interview.
Or lay down. I didn't call you. Lay down. Go ahead. Lay down. You get chow in a little bit. Just lay down. Lay down. Lay down. You chow in a little bit.
I hope you like what you saw.
Yeah, you didn't see me clapping?
Yeah,
it was nice.
Incredible.
That was tight.
Incredible. Oh, vicious. Vicious.
That's why they call us BVDs.
BVD, Brooklyn Vicious Dancers.
Magwan, ask him a few questions, brother.
Yeah. What can you tell anyone out there if there's any kind of beef roaming in the rock world? What kind of advice could you give them?
To stop the beef?
Yeah.
By showing them respect. Like in Colombia, there was a situation in Colombia, and there was a lot of tension. And a lot of them were my students, but they didn't say that they came from me until I got there. And all the truth was exposed, that they learned to rock from me. So when I went out there, we had a rocking exhibition. And that rocking exhibition, they were looking for a winner. I didn't give them a winner. I gave them a draw. So that day, Colombia won. That day, all beef was set aside, and they braced each other. It was a wonderful thing, and it was a wonderful moment to see.
Wow.
And I feel like I accomplished a lot by doing just
DJ?
one country to unite.
Who was DJing? Who was the DJ? What kind of music was he spinning?
I forgot his name. One of the guys got him. It was really good. I forgot his name. Sorry, I forgot your name. But I'll give you his name later on. I'll text it to you.
No, I want to see the video because I haven't seen the video yet. I have not seen the video yet.
It's on the BVD page and Instagram.
Is it on YouTube yet or no?
I'm not sure, but I know it's on Instagram.
Okay, it's on Instagram. Colombia versus Mexico.
Colombia versus Colombia.
Oh, Colombia versus Colombia.
Yeah, because I got BVDs out there. It was BVDs versus the indigenous rockers.
Oh, wow.
The Colombian chapter.
Okay.
You know?
And you end up teaching both sides?
Yeah.
And one side didn't know that you taught the other?
No, they all happy to see me.
Wow. Oh, wow.
They both love me. I ain't know who to hang out with, indigenous or BVDs. They're both my family.
Wow.
So I made it a draw to bring unity.
Okay. Now let's take it back to the USA.
Huh?
What don't you like? What don't you like about the rock that's going on now?
What I don't like is lies.
Okay. Examples? Examples?
Oh, Lord. I could write a book on that shit. Like some crews, they figure that a rocking is supposed to be one way. Yep, but that's according to your block. That's what they don't understand.
Yeah, because a lot different neighborhoods did different things, bro.
Exactly.
Just like
one neighborhood might pop,
there was different slang in different neighborhoods.
One might do this and that. You know, that's what brings their character, their trademark.
Yeah.
So you can't bring that block for everybody to do the same thing.
No.
You know, then they're gonna become whack.
Yup.
Our
Boring.
style is different.
Routine.
I'll teach you a concept, but you your own dancer.
Yup.
That's what's different about our style. If you look at our rockers from the BVDs, every one of them rocks different because they have a concept and they're doing their own shit.
Yup.
And our style, if you make a mistake, that's something new. So there ain't no mistakes in this style.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Continue doing your mistake. You just made something new. It's yours.
Do you think that today's rockers, aside of your rockers now, because I know there's like a good, besides BVD, I would say there's about a good 1, 2, 3, 4, at least five to six real good other crews out there that rock too, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That are good up rockers and been doing it since 2000 to probably now, you know? And I gotta give them love, yo. They know who they are. They're on the chat line right now, and they could call in and ask for a question. You know,
anybody that picks up the rock
right now, the lines are open.
Without knowing it or not knowing it, they're all drinking from the same cup.
Yes.
They're all drinking from the same cup. Even if they're whack, that's my brother. Even if they're fucking whack, they're my brother. Because he's drinking from the same cup. He loves what I like. He might.
But the lies
of
the history.
Out my cup. He's drinking out of my dog boat.
Right. But the lies in the history. He's drinking out of my
dog boat.
Yeah. But the lies in the history, that's a no-no.
But he's drinking out of my dog boat just like I'm drinking out of his.
Yes.
Right.
So rather having a dog bowl, I kicked the dog bowl and I made a river for everybody to drink.
Wow.
A motherfucking river. You know, I welcome Bushwick style, ASD, Park Slope style, Borough Park style. You know, I love all styles. You know why? Because they're all rocking.
Yes.
You know, that's why our movement goes forward, because we don't give a fuck where you come from. As long as you rock, that's all we care.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference with us. I ain't care if we didn't win that event. I don't want to win. I don't want to look back. I don't want to be like the other crews that they buying plaques for their own boys. I want to buy a plaque for somebody in Peru. Like if Marco's rocking it and he's not that good, let him win.
Mm-hmm.
Let him win. So when he take that shit to Peru and look at his plaque and say, oh man, I won that day. Man, that's gonna not just motivate him, but it's gonna motivate that kid that don't know nothing.
Right.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm portraying. I always believe this. A greedy heart makes your soul stink.
Yeah.
And that's word.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked hard to be where I'm at. Burning a lot of motherfuckers. I lost names. I even forgot names and shit. But at the end of the day, I give them respect. I don't even brag about it. I shake my hand, and they went up learning some tips from me to get better. You know? And that's all it is, because tomorrow's not promised. So let's get along today.
Right. Yep, you're right about that 100%. Do you see the outlaw out-rock form going to the Olympics anytime soon?
It's up and running. We're almost getting 1,000 members.
Wow.
We're almost about 1,000. We're like 800 and change, going on 9. And we just put that up a couple of months ago. It's just that we don't choose sides. We just rock. We have a motto in our crew, in the BVDs. Let the flowers grow for we harvest next year.
Wow.
BVD ways.
That's tight. That's tight.
Yeah. Woo!
That's
you know
tight.
What I mean? Let the motherfucking flowers grow for we harvest next year. So I mean, that's gonna be a lot of wheat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if we get burned, hey, back to the grind. Go practice your shit. We
back
work,
to the
we
grind.
work that shit. We want that fire. And the rocking is about jealousy, anger, hate, love, regrets. It's everything you feel comes out in your rock. You feel like shit, put it in your rock. Next thing you know, you got some kick-ass flavor shit. You look dope. I think rocking needs to be in family court. You know what I mean? Oh, you want your kid? Okay, rock for that motherfucker. Express why you hate this marriage and why you want to get out this marriage. You can put that in your fucking rock. And next thing you know, they might not even get divorced because they got that stress out of them. And that's basically what it is, how I see it. It makes me a better father, better husband, better employee, better worker. Because it gives me a sense of balance of who I am. And it equalizes when I rock, get it all out of me. You know? It could be with b-boying too and shit, you know? But with the rock, it's more heartfelt, more bailout driven and shit for shit that you be seeing, you know? That's what.
What kind of advice could you give the young youth coming up in the rock dance? What kind of advice could you give? Like, let's say I was new. I never heard about it. I like it. I saw a video. I want to learn. What advice could you give that upcoming individual? What kind of advice could you give him to take concern and what he should do as to become a rocker, what he should do? What kind of advice could you give him more or less of how he should start before he gets into it?
The number one in this is being humble.
Okay.
That's the only advice I could give you. You get burned, humble yourself to take it back to the grind. Humble yourself to get back at him later on with something dope.
Okay.
Humility makes ability.
Right. Humility makes ability. Wow, very well said with that.
That's the only advice I could give to Shorty. And also respect your sisters. You respect your rock sisters or your B girls. Respect them. Don't gangbang them. Respect them. Mm-hmm. You fuck your tribe won't grow.
Yup. Word diggity.
That's why Rock Study ain't around anymore. That's why Rockwell Association ain't around anymore. They got no respect for their women. There's a lot of crews break up because they got no respect for their women.
That's it. True.
Wow.
Very, very true.
My crew is strong because we show respect. We could sleep on the same bed with our B girls. We wouldn't even touch them. Because you know why? We love her that much.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Matter of fact, you know who's running with us? You know who's running with us? Veronica Starr.
Veronica Starr?
Yes, sir. That girl went through so much hurt with so much crew shit. She could write a fucking Bible off this shit. And she saw our crew, ran with our crew, and she tells, yo, Papoluv, your guys are perfectly gentlemen. Not one of them tried to hit on me. Not one. And we had an Airbnb out there in Philly. We had a whole we chip in. Sometimes we come up with like $2,000 just to hang out for the weekends and shit, rooftops and shit, just chilling.
Yeah.
You know, like celebrities. You know? And our sisters be hanging out. We don't even reach for them. Matter of fact, we reach for the bitches that's in the club. We don't reach for our sisters. We don't even look at our sisters. Let somebody else look at our sisters. So long as it's not for my club.
You don't go for sisters. You go for.
You got all those girls. You're gonna go fuck with your sisters. That shit, that shit don't make no sense, man.
But you protect your sisters.
I remember back in the day, and hip and a hop, and don't stop the rock and the bam bam boogie, up jump the boogie, and then it says, and then I go out. And then I go hang out with her friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's going to bring a lot of friends. I want her friends. I don't want her. So if I get her, I don't get her friends.
Yup.
You know what I mean? I rather have her friends, not her. Her is a stop sign.
Yup.
Halt. Where you going at? Halt. Where you at? Halt. And then now with the technology, now they want to fucking FaceTime you. Hey, FaceTime me. I want to see what you're doing.
Yup. Exactly.
Yeah, you couldn't even get away with it now. Now they got FaceTime. Oh!
They got FaceTime, yup. Yup. Exactly. We're living in a new
You know what I
world,
mean?
bro. New world
Oh,
order.
word, man. That shit is fucking flabbergasting. Like my wife, you know, she doesn't hawk me like that, but oh, let me FaceTime me, honey. I say, okay. I show her around. Close is clear. There ain't no booty out there. You know? You know what I mean? The FaceTime alert. You know?
Yeah.
But real talk, if you're humble, we'll grow. That's all it is, man. Because even in the Bible, it says love is gonna be a thing of the past.
Yup.
But if it's gonna be a thing of the past, I'm gonna hold it like classic. And if my crew is the beacon of the world for being peace and unity, well, then I'm proud to be that beacon.
You're a great president.
I say it like this. Find one, seek one, teach one, succeed one. The reward at the end is making sure success comes out of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Succeed
like
one
says, each one teach one.
Yup. Succeed one. Succeed. Success. You know?
And I just begun. I didn't even, I'm not even up there. I'm just getting there. You know? And I'm happy with this voyage. Like I always say, tomorrow's not promised. If I die today, at least I left harmony. I left people with a sound sense of mind and humility.
Yeah, right now, your name is the biggest name in the up rock world. Your name is the biggest name.
I don't know. I'm not even media savvy.
No,
I
I
don't
know
know
you're not
anything
even
about
sweating
this
that, but you're like the most talked about right now. I mean, when you're up on something and you follow everything, you know what's going on. Even if you're not there, you know what's going on. When you have an interest,
this is the first time I'm.
follow.
So I even find out that we were top crew. I said, oh, really? That's cool. But I don't let that shit go on my head.
No. A lot of certain cats get swollen. You know what I mean? They get swollen.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
just
you
do
said,
me.
you gotta
I
humble
just having
yourself.
fun.
Yeah, like you said, you gotta humble yourself. But that's what it's about, man. It's about the fun.
Man. Nobody want to be out there with a swollen head and shit. You get enemies like that. But if you're humble, you get love.
Yup.
You know?
Right.
If you're humble, tú estás tranquilo, tú no estás con esa mierda. And I'm always trying to fix a situation. You know? If they say this, we don't participate. If they say that, we don't participate. We go straight what we're doing. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. If a house is burning in Queens, who gives a fuck? Just keep going forward. You know?
Is the BVD Colors, is it the same in every country, in every state, in every city, or they got different colors?
The original colors is black and blue, but it's red. Red and white. And I did that for T-Sewer, for the colors of Dirty Riders. Let them rest in peace. So I came out with red and white. And the black stripe for T-Sewer.
Yeah, that's Peru right there. All that you just said is Peru. Red and white and the black line. That's Peru all the way
that
down.
line is for T-Sewer. That's the one that gave me the blessings to start the BVDs in Coney Island. My first rocking crew. The first rocking crew in Coney Island.
Now, here's a hard question, but be honest about it, because I would, if we're talking about my crew, I would tell you, out of all the BVDs, worldwide chapters you have, who are the best? You don't got to say their name. And what city do they live in?
Indonesia. His name is Sly.
Okay. Just 3.
And also Ray Guns.
Ray Guns, where's he at?
He's from the United States. He lives in Gainesville, Florida. He's from, but he's Colombian descent.
Okay. And who's the third one?
Chef Cooks.
Where's he from?
He's Chicano from California.
Okay, cool.
That's Ulysses.
Okay. Now, let's say some of your students, if they wanted to learn from another teacher, because, you know, every teacher teaches different, like, I'm going to mention a couple teachers right now. I'll mention King Uprock, I'll mention Ringo, and I'll mention, I know everybody hates him, bro, but I followed all this, bro. You got Rob Nasty, and then you got the other Papo. Those are all the teachers that have taught uprocking, and now you. And we're not including Fable here, because Fable has his own workshop, or Ken Swift when he had the 7 gems. I'm talking about cats that went around the world, expanding their crews and teaching everyone to be just as good as they are. And that's what I watched all you guys do, man. And I got nothing but respect for all of you, even though there are some differences that I don't agree on, but I think those differences should be squashed. I think people should man up. If they messed up, they should man up to it, you know, and move forward, because we all believe in the same God, the creator of all, you know, God in the heavens.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you're saying.
And you can't be a follower of that creator if you si tú tienes roncón inside, if you have anger and grudges, you can't, you know. And even if you don't man up to a mistake you made, you can't have God in you. How you gonna claim God you can't even forget? You know, you can't do that. It goes both ways, to the one who started it and to the one who received it. But would you have a problem of someone in the BVDs wanting to learn, like, let's say Ringo style, or Ralphie Casanova, King Uprock style? Would you have a problem to say, look, I know you taught us this, but we want to learn this from King Uprock? Would you say, yeah, go ahead, no problem? Or would you say, no, that's a no here. It's my way or the highway?
Nah, that'd be dead wrong. Learn everything you can. Them. It just makes you better.
Yep. Magic words, baby. And you're the first one to say that. Besides Rock, King Uprock. Beautiful, you know, bro. Beautiful.
Man,
beautiful.
That's why let me tell you, that's why we call vicious dancers, because I learned from Park Slope. I learned from Borough Park. I learned from Bay Ridge. I learned from Flatbush. I learned from East New York. I learned from Bushwick. You know, I learned from a lot of different areas of New York, of Brooklyn. So
yeah, that's all you're naming is Brooklyn. You never learned any of that rocking from the Bronx?
Vicious dancers, or Brooklyn vicious dancers, because I took it from everybody. See, I bit everybody's shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a motherfucker.
You converted it into your own. That's right.
Exactly. And I made it into my. I flipped it, switched it. You know.
You converted
it, and they can't beat it. You know, and you know, and they can't beat me with it, because I was burnt with it. And I went home barefooted. I went home without colors. I went home I went home jumping off the fucking 3rd floor window, bro, for not getting killed. And Willie Five was there, the leader of 5 in the crew, little Renato and little Jose from Borough Park Boys, you know. And I still didn't stop rocking to this very day.
When you were coming up, did you see anybody doing it in the Bronx?
Say, oh, I never got burned. You're a fucking liar. Oh, I only got burnt once. You're a fucking liar. I got burnt so much, I was like a burnt matchstick.
Yeah, we all got burnt.
I know. But
let me ask you a question.
If you put it out, if you make an interview of people, how many times you got burned? They say no. You know, he's a full of shit.
Yeah. Facts.
A motherfucking fuller. And we asked that question. There was people that answered that, oh, I only got burnt once. And I could literally say Ringo said that. You know?
What happened?
And he might have got burnt when I burnt his ass, him and Spin out there up in Miami Beach. Matter of fact, I burnt the whole motherfucking squad. The one that was there was Solo 138. He'll tell you.
Wow.
Solo 138 from TBBs, from the Bronx Boys. When he saw me coming in there, I fucked everybody up with that rock. They couldn't understand.
Damn.
They couldn't even fucking understand. That's how I met Ringo and Spin. By burning the air out of them. Ringo was like stood back. He was saying, Coño, he knows how to jerk. He got the jerks. He even counted his fingers. He could jerk. He burns. He this. I fucked this. I fucked their heads up. And when they find out that I was a BVD, them niggas like say, "Oh God damn it."
Oh
That motherfuckers always
wow!
had them cardiac arrest. Like Burn One, he don't like us. I don't like him either. You know, he said, "Oh, all those BVDs were nothing but pothead." Well, duh, that's all we did: sniff glue and smoke weed, motherfucker. What do you think we were, church choir? You see
Back
me?
in the days,
And
baby,
us
that's
and this
late
shit.
70s right there. Where you saying that sniff glue stuff, that motto glue.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did it all, bro. We
You know
thought that
what I'm
was
saying? And
later. Later, they came out with
I used to
Rush.
fly birds and shit for hours, just flying shit.
Yo, later they came out with Rush, which was worse than that glue, bro, because that Rush was like
Oh, I
5,
like
7
that Rush.
seconds.
That shit burns my nose, man. That little brown
Yeah,
bottle,
that was
I hated
crazy.
that shit.
The whole round
like
of your
that
nose
shit.
inside. Yeah.
I used
That
to
Rush
get that
was
shit from
crazy.
bodega from the Teamo stores and shit. They sell little bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, that shit used to fuck my nose up.
Woo! Yeah, it stung. It stung on the rim of your nose.
It smelled like fucking hell, bro. You know,
and it pounded
but
your head.
I hit Cloud 9 twice on that glue, and I never did it again.
Yeah,
You know,
porque te daba un
migraine
después. You know, it'll give you that migraine, man.
Oh, it was a migraine. I went on a trip, man. I spazzed out twice, man. Yeah. The first time it was a short trip. The second time was like I thought I was never gonna come out of it.
Well, when you were growing up, right? Did you when you were growing up, did you see? Did you used to see
about 15 minutes when I went on a trip? I went on a trip. Then the second time I hit Cloud 9, my boy, but Bernardo telling me I hit it. I was on it at least for 2 hours. They were trying to hold me down, and my boy caught 4 stitches across his forehead because I kicked him on a pair of NCs in his face. I didn't mean to. I was on a trip. You know,
right?
I was like on an angel dust trip. You know,
Papa, when you were growing up,
huh?
Papa, when you were growing up, did you ever see any rock crews go at it? Any rocking crews in Brooklyn going at it like in the schoolyard?
They usually go at it when they really have beef, and they usually over a girl and shit. So they use the dance just to fill them up, and when they rock and he's rocking this, and they start banging them up, like literally. You know.
Did you see rocking when you were growing up? Did you see rocking in the Bronx?
To show finesse, or you want to rock and then beat his ass. So it was like a two-edged sword.
Yeah. Did you see rocking in the Bronx too when you were growing up, or you don't remember?
The only time I seen rocking was from the Tingling Nomad from Hughes, but not regular crews like TBB, and they were mostly b-boys, and they usually top rock. With no
they
burns.
were top rocking.
Yeah, with no burns. They just top rock, and basically it's like a way to get into the floor. You know, they show a little finesse, they do a little freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And then they get into the floor. Exactly. And they might do a little gestures
top
here
rock
and there,
style,
but not
like rock. Then they went into their shuffles and CCs.
It's just a little bit, you know. But mostly their finesse is floor, or AKA the freak, which was the original name for breaking.
Yeah, break dance, right?
Yeah,
but
and it's not even dancers. The white folks put dancers. No, they ain't no.
Yeah, they gave it to break. It was break
because they used to break on every break. You know.
Yeah, it was called break, and then they put the dancing to the next.
Yeah, they break.
So basically, what you're saying dancing.
And they come out break. Right. But dances, it's like an insult to the b-boys for the Bronx cats. They take that shit like an insult. So I ain't no motherfucking dancer. I'm a breaker. You know, they get bent up when you call them a motherfucking break.
Yeah, that was the commercial name given to it.
You talk
break dance
to a Bronx cat, they'll tell you that shit. They don't like to be dancers. They're breakers. Now Brooklyn, they want. Remember like what I told you. If it's not rocking crew, it's dancers crew. You know, I chose dancers because I liked the finesse. I liked it where it was going. So I went with dancers. You know, some went with rockers like Dynasty Rockers, but they could have went under Dynasty Dancers, but they didn't choose dancers because they wanted that rocker name. We were known as rockers, but we were more dancers into the rock. you know, because we focused on floor work. That's why we call it dancers, because we just didn't focus on rock. We focus also on dancer and freestyling, you know. That's why we were just a little different, because we had a little more of an edge that I brought up upon the table. That's why I took dancers, Brooklyn Vicious Dancers. I just didn't want to be locked in on rock, you know.
Okay.
I wanted to be locked in as a dancer, as a street dancer.
When, because I know if you did this back in the late 70s, mid 70s, that you started rocking, that when you saw the rocking, you started mimicking and doing it. When would you say?
You know how it is when you see something, you practice with your cousins. That's what I was doing, you know.
When would you say that the rocking came back and you got on it again in the media, like Facebook or MySpace? Like, do you remember the time when you said,
the
"What?
one that brought me back into the scene was DXT and Popmaster Fable. DXT's from the Bronx. He's one of the top DJs. He hangs out with Jazzy J, my other boy from Herkimer and Fulton. It's now called Clinton Hill. It used to be called Bed-Stuy, but now it's called Clinton Hill. They changed the name because of the gentrification that they did. You know, they ain't want to hear Bed-Stuy no more. The motherfuckers, why Clinton Hill? There's nowhere near Bed-Stuy. It didn't make no sense, but they changed the name. But
what year would you say that came back? That you heard?
Honestly, I think it never left, because you had a lot of people like Ken Swift that left the Bronx to go to Brooklyn, turn that out to get more into the rock. He started hanging out with Park Slope. Matter of fact, he started hanging out with All-Star Dancers with Little Star. So he left the Bronx from a place where I came from floor work, and he liked the rock, and he continued to rock, and I give him props for that. What Ken Swift did, I done in an early age. And he got exposed to the rock in Brooklyn and fell in love with it. Who else? King Up Rock, which I heard. He
started that Dollar Jam,
he was rocking,
like in '93 or '94.
You know,
and then brought it all the way back out, and brought it back out again.
You know. Who else was rocking? Those were only two people that really felt it. Like King Up Rock, he had a passion for it, you know.
Yeah.
And with his passion, he woke up a lot of people. Matter of fact, I could literally say he bought me out.
Okay.
I could literally say that King Up Rock bought me out because of his passion. And I hope I could bring other people out for the passion as well. I hope I could be like King Up Rock, for people to bring out their passion. If I could bring, but you know, and I'm not gonna say I started again. I ain't started nothing. It's something that I grew, and it sparked my friends' attention, and they told me, listen, they're still rocking it. You need to be in that community. Matter of fact, Popmaster Fable called me his secret weapon.
Secret weapon.
Yeah. He called me his secret weapon. When I went over there to Bushwick, I was rocking so fucking. I was dying for somebody to get in front of me, fucking tear their ass up.
Oh wow.
You know?
Yeah.
I used to rock at the Himalayas in Coney Island and rock, and I never got burnt. And I can literally tell you that because I hit an epitome of an understanding of rock. And the one that turned me on to that was my man Chaco. He changed my whole mind with that shit. Mind you, we were all sniffing glue at that time, so basically. We used to rock, and Greg, I said, the glue bag rock. You know?
Yeah.
Flying birds on the roof. Con la pega ahí. Shit.
What happened to you in Puerto Rico?
I must have had about 4 red tops in that bitch.
Right. What happened to you in Puerto Rico? Because I heard you mention Puerto Rico. When did you go to Puerto Rico?
I started a chapter in Puerto Rico with my boy Willie, Chucho, and Toro, and Cano. They were all
What part of Puerto
cousins from
Rico?
Bay Ridge. I had a Bay Ridge chapter of BVDs, and they moved out to Puerto Rico. Por
¿En
allá en
qué
la Plaza
parte? What
América, por
part of
ahí,
Puerto
Río
Rico?
Piedra, por allá. And they were doing good. You know, they were. I was in touch with them, but I didn't go to Puerto Rico at that time. At that time, I started a chapter in Manhattan next to the Ballbusters. It was called Boys Vamp Dudes by my boy Peabody for Fun City Crew. Let him rest in peace. You know, he was the leader of the BVDs in Manhattan.
Rest in peace.
He was down with
Rest
Fun
in
City
peace, word.
Crew named Peabody.
I remember the Fun City Crew. I'd seen him in Chocha Beach.
Yeah,
I'd seen him in
so see my
Chocha Beach.
draw, I think.
Orchard Beach.
Huh?
I said I used to see the Fun City Crew in Orchard Beach, Chocha Beach. They used to be out there, bro. Rocking their colors and everything.
I was out there though. You know. And then I opened up, and then I started another chapter in Avenue L and Ocean Avenue.
I can tell you the exact time I
handball
seen them
court.
too. It was when that record Heartbeat came out. Remember when when that record came out?
Yeah,
that's
Heartbeat.
when I was out there in that summer and I seen them. They were rocking their colors in Orchard Beach. I seen them.
What, the BVDs?
No, Fun City Crew.
Oh yeah, Fun City. Yeah.
On the boardwalk over there. I seen them, bro. I seen them. In Orchard Beach.
Yeah.
We were chilling in Orchard Beach. We were down there from Hartford, Connecticut for the weekend, doing some things. And then we bounced
What year
back.
was that?
That was like 80 something, bro. 80, maybe 80, 81. It was right before I went to Job Corps.
Yeah, I was out there in 81. And Brighton
Yeah,
6.
that was the year, 81. 80, 81. Right there, bro.
Yeah, we used to hang out with the
there.
Weber Bunch crew. It was BVD's, Weber Bunch crew, Fun City. You know, they used to come hang out with us.
Uh-huh.
So if
I
you was
remember
around
them,
there,
bro. We seen them.
I was there in 81.
Uh-huh. Right there in Orchard Beach, bro. Right
That's
there
when the
in
Weber
Orchard
Bunch
Beach.
came out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Shit, here, buddy, woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. Yes.
I remember, matter of fact, I combined the Weber dance with the rocking back then to this very day. You know?
Are you doing both together?
The arsenal. And the Weber dance came from the lofting.
Yeah.
Came from loft.
From the lofting. Yeah. From the
You
lofters.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's why we were dancers. We were not just rockers. We were like implementing everything together.
Uh-huh.
That's why our style was vicious. You know?
Yeah.
We had a vicious style back then. You know?
Yeah. Facts. That's facts. Is there any advice you want to give anybody out right now on this rocking? Any type of advice you want to give newcomers coming in, or anybody that's decided to give it up and do something else?
For those that's now coming in, be humble, ask questions, and always be aware.
Okay. All right. You felt like this was a good interview? You felt like there's other questions we need to ask you that you want to set the record straight? You want to give out any shout outs in closing this?
A shout out to all my rockers that's sipping out of the same cup that I am. When haters become participators, you conquer the world.
Okay. You don't want to give any individuals their names, their shout outs? You got the mic right now. Go for it.
I want to say thank you to DXT. I want to say thank you to my man, Pop Master Fable. I love you to death, and thank you for bringing me back to this scene. I want to say thank you to Scoops for believing me and trusting me, and Chef Cooks, and one of my dearest students that became awesome, which his name is Chris Yang. Now they're not laughing at him anymore. Now he is one of the baddest rockers in the world. And I can't be any more happier than to see a cactus flower grow.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of him. His name is Chris Yang, a.k.a. Break Ski. I think he should be Rocker of the Year or Person of the Year of hip hop for the love that he showed, because it's bestowed in his heart. Solid dude.
Wow.
It took a lot of man to be where he's at today, and that's Chris Yang. Also, my man Ray Guns, Nate. Shout out to the BVD girls, Natalie, Alba, Sophie, Foxy, Kalina, Victoria, and who else? And Jahira. And my boy, Vix Viper, my vice president of the BVDs, awesome person, awesome student, awesome friend. I don't know, there's so many people out there that I could go on and on with the shout outs. But I want to tell each and every one of them I love them. BVD family worldwide. And also BHC, Battleholics all day, every day. And congratulations on your new baby boy, 44. That's my friend from Wales up in the UK. Just had a baby girl. She's a miracle. And all the people that I touched, like my man Jackie Burns from the Mastermind Rockers in Taiwan, and GY Rock for holding it down in Taiwan, and my man Aya from the Mighty Zulu Kings, aka BVDs, you know, and also Rock J from Wuhan, China, Ta from Wuhan, China, my man Han from Wuhan, China, my man what's his name, Happy from Wuhan, China, and also I want to shoot out a shout out to Korea, to the Korean rockers out there. Tunisia, my man Pinky Rock, Groovy Groove, Zilla Hunt from Dubai, you know. Wow, I love all you guys, and thank you for trusting me and believing in what we're doing. And together we burn the world.
Okay, last question. Last question. What are your favorite 5 records to rock to? Your 5 favorites. 5 favorites.
5 songs that I like?
5 songs that you love rocking to, that are your solid favorites.
Oh,
you hear them, you get goosebumps.
It's Shaft in Africa.
Okay.
Shaft in Africa. Yellow Magic Music. You know?
Yeah.
Yellow Magic Music Orchestra. Sarong 4. Super Spurge.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You know? And Chocolate Dice. Caveman. Cave Woman.
Oh, snap. Okay.
You know?
Nice.
And also Spoonie G.
Yeah.
Oh, which one? From the north to the south to the east to the west. Go on.
You know what I mean?
That was mine too.
Yeah.
That was mine
They know
too.
shit like that. I'm telling my age.
I love the bros, especially the bongos and all that. Oh,
and
I
Crash
love it.
Crew.
Love it. Yeah, bro.
Remember Crash Crew?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I like.
Yeah, you more like my. Yeah,
remember this? Remember this one? Everybody kung fu fighting.
Yeah. I got that. I got that on USB.
Remember that shit?
Yeah, I got
That's
it.
what I
Yo
like.
tengo aquí. I got it in my download.
Huh?
Fighting. And then they came out with the long version. The long version of that song.
Yeah. Man, that shit was far back in the days. But he used to play that shit. Everybody just comes. Oh man, everybody at that time, everybody on the Bronx was just getting busy with that shit.
Yeah, that was a moment of time, bro. That was
Yeah, man.
You talking like 73, bro. 73,
Yeah.
74.
Yup.
You know?
Memorable
like 12.
moments, man. Fly, brother,
yeah, I
fly,
was like already 12, 13. 12, 13
fly
years
to
old.
the sky. Push, push in the bush. I
That's
know you want to
77,
get
78.
down.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
Yup.
See, I heard all that shit in the boogie. I call that the boogie juice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the disco era. The disco era.
Yup. Yup. And I like rock too. I like Led Zeppelin. I like AC/DC. I like Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Johnny James
Boston.
Dios, Ozzy Osbourne.
Boston.
I like,
Jimi Hendrix. Chicago.
Yep.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Yes.
I was not really a fan of Elton John too much.
No, you didn't like. You didn't like.
I liked Michael Jackson.
Philadelphia Freedom.
I liked Michael Jackson. That was like in the early 70s.
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson. Everybody was a Jackson fan, man. Michael MJ.
Yeah, I loved that shit. You know.
Oh yeah, bro. They used to play that automatic, systematic. You know, she's dancing. That was the shit to me, bro. Dancing. She's a dancing machine. That was the shit. Right there. Not that other
And also my man, Jelly Beans Benitez.
It was dancing. Yeah, man.
Oh man. Morning.
Did you like the jam? I didn't hear you mention Baby Huey, Listen to Me. I didn't hear you mention Mama Ko, Mama Kokusta, Mama Ko, Mama Ko.
Yes.
I love that jam, bro. I love that jam. And then there was another one where you could really see someone's skill. If a person could dance to Africano by Earth, Wind, and Fire, beat by beat, that brother knows how to dance because that's got every instrument.
I even like that. I even like that Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, of course. That's my favorite group of ever.
I love that footwork.
Yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire. If you could rock to that jam, Africano, dance and rock to it and dip, you the man, brother. You the man. Because that record, Africano, has every instrument that a group can come out.
I have a piece here that I bought, that I got up. You see it?
Yeah, bro. What does that say? Let me see.
From BK to Duval, the Duval side got bullet holes on the motherfucking place. Over here it has music.
Yeah, that's tight. Do you remember the Stevie Miller Band? Do you remember the Stevie Miller Band, Chicago? You remember those groups?
Yeah, I like Chicago.
Peter Frampton.
Like
yeah, Eagles, but they didn't call him
Captain
Peter Frampton. They called him Frampton.
Remember Captain Engineer?
Hell yeah. Yes.
See, they ain't no
yes, I remember.
Shit like that.
Love will keep us together. Love will keep us together. And then you had Son and Cher. You had Son and Cher, bro.
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher. Babe, I got you, babe. I remember all that.
I got you, babe. You know?
Tony Orlando, tie a ribbon around the old tree. El Boricua ese. Tony Orlando.
Remember Tony Orlando and Dawn?
Yeah. Yes. Tie a ribbon
ain't up on that.
Old tree. Yes, I do, bro. Yes, I do.
And Stacey Lattisaw. Let Me Be Your Angel and shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, you took it back, bro.
I lost. I lost.
You know how I got exposed to hip hop, bro? I'm gonna tell you how I got exposed to hip hop. The beginning of hip hop, I got exposed because you know I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. So I saw Soul Train. When I saw Soul Train, it was a rap. And then Welcome Back, Kotter? Forget about it. I was like, what is this, bro? Graffiti on Train.
That was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know. When I saw Welcome Back, Kotter is when I started writing, bro. Started writing MG.
Yeah,
MG,
on the horse shack and and Vinny Barbarito and shit in
Washington and Moreno, Washington.
And Vinny Barbarino and shit. Arnold
Yup.
Horseshack.
Yup. And
The
then
Sweat
Good
Hearts.
Times came out. And then the Jeffersons came out. And all those
Oh
shows.
yeah, I loved it. The
were showing
Jefferson. He was
hip-hop
a
in it.
fucking prick.
All those shows were showing gangs and
Yeah, well,
dancing style. You know what I mean?
I portrayed the Jefferson. That motherfucker had too much swag.
Yeah. Yup.
That's motherfucker right there, bro. That was the man right there.
Yup.
You know?
Well, bro, you know, like, this was a beautiful interview. Glad to have you aboard. Finally get a lot of stuff off your chest, you know, setting the record straight, where you come from, how you did it, because this is your history. It's not everybody else's. Everybody got a different path. Everybody got a different journey. A journey. Like if you were from Williamsburg and Williamsburg threw a jam on a Friday, how the hell could you be in East New York, or how the hell could you be in Myrtle Avenue and Broadway at a jam over there at the same time? You're over there in Park Slope or you in the Burbs. No, there's no way. You couldn't be at both places at the same time. So you can't say nobody was doing something when you was doing it, and they can't say you wasn't doing it because you were probably doing it at the same time, but different places. You feel me? Or while you were doing it in Brooklyn, somebody was doing it in the Bronx. You understand? But you couldn't be at both places at the same time, bro. And that's what was going on in New York, because New York is so big, bro, that when you hear everybody's history, it's different. It's different. But, however, there was always a main club where the best of the best went, bro. You feel me? Every block had their shit. But then there was one spot everybody would go to, bro. Like, it was probably on a Saturday or Friday, and everybody from every borough went there, from the United States of America. You know what I mean? Different spots. And everybody went to it. Like the best of the best from Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. You know what I mean? That did happen now. That did happen. But a lot of people never left their block. You know what I mean? A lot, because you had everything in your block, in your hood. Why did you have to leave? Unless you went to the city on the weekends, Manhattan, to go see Times Square and shit, you know?
Yup.
That's the way it was, bro.
It was about being with one
80s.
another.
Yeah.
And holding one another and understanding one another.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it was.
Well, like I said, bro,
New
York has so much history. It's unbelievable. I mean, you know, like I never knew that. I heard about it, but I never knew it existed. I never knew that the rock dance was actually its own element and a culture. I never knew that, bro. I always thought just the gang members did it. The outlaws, the nomads, you know, because that's who I saw do it, Savage Nomad. That's who I saw do that dance, bro. First time ever, you know. And then the Savage Nomads in Hartford, which were affiliated with the ones from the South Bronx. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Crazy Joe. You know what I'm saying? So, like I gotta say, bro, like the history's so big, bro. So like your history is different from King Up Rocks and Ringo's and Papo, and like all y'all cats come from different cities, bro. Like different blocks from far apart from each other. You know that you guys have, all of you have your own history, bro. You know what I'm saying? All of you have. But when someone says, "Whoa," that's been out there and says, "Yo, I never heard of him, bro." See, that arranges a question mark. And maybe people got their dates wrong, because that happens. I've made mistakes. I made mistakes on some dates, you know, on some pictures. And then my mom corrected me. No, that picture wasn't that year. That picture was this year. I was like, wow, mom, how do you know? Because I bought you that shirt, and I remember when I bought you that shirt. Because me and your father were fucking over there. And, you know, my mama has a good memory. So I don't blame anybody if they made mistakes. But they need to correct them, because when you make a mistake and you say something about the history, and then someone else hears someone else hears something else, that makes that other person that they heard is a liar. You feel me?
Yep.
Like you guys say in New York, lionaires. Like you guys say in New York, like King Up Rock, I guess he made up that word, lionaires. That's a bugged out word. But yeah, you know, and that has to stop. And there's no big deal if you made a mistake on the year. Okay, big deal. I'm fixing it now. I thought it was 78, but it was really 81. You know, like, yo, it's no big thing. We're all getting older. and we all make mistakes. And if you played around with the candy back in the days, you know your mind ain't all there too. You know, you make mistakes, you get memory loss. It happens, bro. We're not perfect. We that come from the street are far from perfect because we did it all. Feel me? I know you did, because you chose that outlaw world, and that outlaw world is the path to destruction back then. You know, now it's all changed. But back then, you know what you had to do, and I don't got to get on here and expose that, you know? But you know what time it is. I know the Rolex. You know the Rolex. Been there, done that, you know? But, man, I'm happy, bro, that we were able to do this interview, bro. Very well appreciated by you. I hope you get your YouTube channel going pretty soon, because you're very big in the history of New York, besides King Uprock, you know what I'm saying? And Ringo and a few others, you know. You should do it, bro. I mean, bro, you should do it, because you got, bro, you got a lot of history.
My daughter to do it.
You're a legend.
Yeah, you got a lot of history, and bro, you've expanded. You're big, bro. You are actually big in the game, bro. You are big. And the first interview I ever saw with you,
I put such an impact like that.
the first interview I ever saw of you was in Columbus Circle, bro. And Fable had you over there. He was interviewing you. Am I correct or am I wrong? And it's on YouTube.
Huh?
That you had a leather jacket on. You had the leather bomber on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was you, bro. You were in Columbus Circle, Manhattan. He interviewed you. I saw that video.
Yeah.
That's a while back. You know, that's like in the beginning of what, 2014, 2012. I don't know exactly, but it's while back, bro. And you were on there. You were interviewed by Fable. You know what I mean?
I think it was Tiny. Tiny one.
No, you were with Fable, bro. Fable, Tiny had the camera. Fable was with you. Right?
No, that was a Tiny Love.
Oh, it was just you and Tiny
With
Love?
the leather jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the FDR with Tiny, and it was cold as fuck.
No, but you did one by the fountain, bro. By the fountain. You remember that one by the fountain in Manhattan?
Oh, we were rocking.
Yeah.
I think we were rocking. I'm not sure.
Right. You were rocking. It wasn't an interview. You were rocking. That's right. My bad. Okay, man. Listen, this girl is calling me over here.
There's so many interviews for so many people.
This female's been calling me for the longest now, so I got to answer this phone call. But David, and in closing, Ice Pick, you want to say something to my man right here, bro?
Oh, Papoluv, President. You're a great man, and you know what you're doing. You're controlling the crew the right way, and much respect and love.
I know that. When I come home, I'm gonna come and wash it.
Yup. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta call this female. She's calling me, bro. I gotta go.
All right, thank you, everyone.
All right, bro. Salute, and we'll stay in touch like we do on the daily, dog. All right, be easy, man.
Definitely.
One love, Papo. God bless you and your family.
One love, man.
You, bro. All right, bro. All right.
Peace.
Easy, man.
Peace.
David, Ice Pick, BB Love. All right, peace.
Out. See you,
bro. I'm out. All right. I'm out. I gotta call this girl. She's probably tripping.
Man, how good was that? That was dope. They had that dude, Papoluv. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I got the interview. Yeah, boy. Look at the graffiti behind me. Doesn't it look beautiful? Up rocking graffiti. Hip hop. Don't stop. It'll last forever. Peace.